a lot of things. We got a lot of man. There's a lot of things going on. We got Jess over there. Jess, what's going on?
Good morning. I am enjoying Disney Plus at the current moment because I can watch Deadpool and Wolverine as many times as I want.
Ooh, that's a good point. That's a good point. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. There are a lot of people that go, "Is Deadpool worth watching?" What would you say?
I enjoyed it. That's all I got to say.
You enjoy it?
Um, I had my mom watch it too, and she thought it was very graphic and stuff like that. But what won her over was the music.
Okay, that makes sense.
She
That makes
loved
sense.
the whole soundtrack in that whole movie.
Okay, so all right. So that one, oh, maybe that means she didn't really like it. She's just my mother is not liking anything that I like anymore. She's like, no, I don't want to watch. I'm like, what's happening to you? So because she used to be all about it. She's like, yeah, sure. We used to go to show all. I don't know if like the years passed and she's just like, because she used to be fun. I even like put something like, ooh, she likes this, she likes that, she likes this. She's officially cool, and I'm like, not anymore, not cool. So she'll tell you, no, I don't want to watch it. You're like, all right. She still likes her crime stuff, but she doesn't like anything. I'm gonna say just like I guess some would say that's not fun anyway. So I guess the question is, if you're tuning in, what do you want to watch? Have you changed over the years? Are you like, I used to be like that? I'm not like that anymore. Do you go back and forth? I've seen people go back and forth on things, and I go, all right. Because sometimes people go, oh, like I like that, I don't like it, I like it, I don't, you know. Did your mother ever like something that she used to like but she doesn't like anymore? Or she like something now that she never used to like and you find her liking it? Because I've had that. I've had people I've shared things with, like I don't ever watch comic movies and now they're comic movie people. You know what I mean? Or not? I really don't know.
No. I know what you mean. You know what? I don't really know. I know right now she's currently what she's on her Hallmark binge because of the holiday season.
Okay.
Yeah, she will never get tired of those.
Is she about Gladiator right now? Because everything is Gladiator right now. Have you noticed?
Yes. I heard a couple things about that movie. She's not a real big Gladiator person,
Okay.
and she likes action movies, but she doesn't want to sit around for like 3 hours watching it.
Is that how long it is?
I'm assuming so since it's a Ridley Scott film.
I forget about that. I forget about that. Yeah.
Like
I
a lot
forget
of his
about that.
movies are like 2.5 hours plus long, and some people they got short attention spans.
Yeah, they have a behind the scenes that they're playing. We have access to it, but I don't know if you guys would be bored, so I'm gonna let it go. But if you find it, just if you follow Paramount Pictures, which actually came up on my phone right now, it says this is how gladiators are made. Get tickets to see in cinemas, and there you go. So it's coming soon. We got Steph over there. It says hello, happy editing this glorious, rainy, busy, awesome day ahead for today. Thank you, Steph. Steph is a long time listener. We appreciate you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for. And here's the thing: I know we're streaming to multiple. We're streaming to a bunch of media, but the only one that we get comments on is Facebook for some reason. It doesn't pull LinkedIn. It doesn't pull Instagram. It doesn't pull Twitter. It doesn't pull YouTube. It doesn't pull any of those, even though I'm streaming to each and every one of you live. So if you're commenting, comment please, and hopefully it will pick it up at some point. So thank you, Steph. Again, we appreciate you. Steph keeps it real with us. All right, so there you go. I really don't know what's out to watch this week, Jess. Any ideas?
Um, Red One is coming out, I think today or officially tomorrow. Um, I don't expect much from Christmas movies, so I just hope it's a fun ride. I actually did get a chance to watch the Penguin show actually,
Ooh,
and
let's talk about Red One real quick because I have a question on
yeah,
Penguin. Red One is in theaters officially, right? Okay, so Red One, for those that are like going, do I want to? Do I want to? Do I want to? Why would they want to?
it looks like a fun movie to take the kids to. Don't have to think too hard. It's a Christmas movie.
All right, that makes sense. Don't have to think too hard.
I'm like everyone wants like a movie that's supposed to be like Oscar award winning or whatever. I just want to have fun watching a movie.
That makes sense. We were like, I want to watch it. I want to watch it. I want to watch it. It's not just a movie like that. I want to watch it. I'm not gonna lie, it could be a comic, I think. Am I wrong on that? Am I stuck on comic? I'm stuck on comic, I think. I don't know. But
I could see that being a comic.
I think it could be a comic. I don't know. It could be. I don't know. They'll be like, no, why? I go, dude, it's a team. You know, it's just you want like all of your around stuff there, which I'm thinking of some of the scenes. But all right, now let's go to the other one, Penguin. Which, by the way, can I just say, okay, I'm throwing it out there again. I know you guys are sick and tired of it, but Oculus, okay, go get big screen. Jess is never on. I look and I go, nope, not on. Nope, not on. Nope, not on. You know, it has available. Did you turn your availability off, Jess?
I was not aware I could do that. No, I just haven't been using it. I've been not necessarily busy. No, I've been busy with work.
Okay, so here's the deal. All right, big screen. Sometimes people show things that are just on. Okay, and they show it to a limited audience. Sometimes just friends. Like if I had something, I could show it to you, Jess, and I have a room, and I can make a private room, and then I'm the one who's kind of the, like I go, okay, you want to watch this? And you go, yeah, sure, I want to watch this. Okay, so I love big screen. All right, big screen, and man, I hope they don't like because they have like you go, oh, they're working on it, but then you go, is it one of those things that at some point they're just kind of like not support it? Kind of like, well, Internet Explorer is no longer a thing. And how many times did they say download, 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 right? How many viruses did you get from that? Download. Now it's gone. But Microsoft has Bing now, and you go, okay, whatever. So the point is, big screen, love it. I've been but every time I promote things, people just, I don't know why and then it goes away. I go, well, it's the best thing right now. It's the only thing that I will say, and I've seen others where you can go into a theater and be all right with watching something that you've seen before. So in a way, Jess, I saw an episode, I think it was the last one of Penguin, and I was a little like, why did that happen? Why did that happen? Why did that happen? Because someone was streaming on big screen. Okay. So the question I have, Jess, the question I have is, and I don't even know I want to ask this because it's kind of, did you watch it all the way through?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Now I felt like I was at a theater watching it. That's why I love big screen. And then people have their comments, but during that they were not commenting. They're like, wow, wow, wow. And it was a really good episode. And then I was like, and then there's a little like, that's who that lady is. What? And I think they're gonna introduce, but I don't want to say because I don't want to give too much. I know. Just go. Okay, where can you find Penguin at, Jess?
You can find it on, I believe it's on Max.
Yeah, and it's extreme, right? It's not for like
no, it's not for children.
It's dark.
It's a bit on the violent side.
It's dark. I don't know how dark it is because, of course, and I'm not gonna lie. I think people forget. I think this. I don't know if it'll get nominated, but come on. You you don't know who that is, and I say they go who? I go, you don't know who that is. I think there are moments where you kind of see him through, but then you go, no, that's not him. It's him, right? I think that's so. What were you going to say about Penguin? I'm so sorry, but anyway, I did see it, even though it's on Max. So you can share things if you know how to do it on big screen with someone else. They could be anywhere around the world as long as they have good internet, and then you watch it like you're in a movie theater, and it's really good. You'd be surprised how good it is. I saw something else that I was like, I would not watch this on my own, but I'm watching it with other people, and I'm all right about that. You just have to be careful because some people are very like, turn your mic off, or stop talking, or you're moving the wrong way, and you're like, and then they kick you out, or there's someone else that comes in and they go, because it's really like back in the day. I don't know if people remember this AOL chat rooms. If you were not, there were certain people that were too controlling. They're like, I'm kicking you out. This is a private room. This is community. And they're like 20 or 30 people in there. And then there's always that one that's like, or they post like, and you're like, get out of here. Do you remember that? Did you ever do that back in the day, Jess? Chat rooms. Do you remember them?
Yes, I do. I remember chat rooms to a certain extent.
Yeah, chat rooms, right? And there's always, and then somebody sends you like, do you want to have a private chat? And you're like, ooh, or instant message. I remember that. I am. Yeah, good days. Anyway, look, so that is now what big screen is in Oculus and any of the other ones. And it's free. That's what I don't understand that. There are things that I get that you don't want to pay for it because it's like, and I get that. This is free. It's the best thing ever. Get big screen. And you know what? You'll want to watch Netflix on it. You want to watch Amazon on it. You want to watch, but sometimes I think you wouldn't want to watch, um, because it's really the audience. Even if they're kind of like, but if you are the one in control of the room and you stream it, but then I do have a question on privacy, and there are copyright things. But here's a theory I have. Okay, here's a theory. And this is so entertainment, you don't even know how entertainment this is. We have Applebee's coming up, by the way, and that's coming soon. But here's the thing, okay, and I've said it before. I had a filmmaker recently reach out to me. All right, she's a director. I met her years ago, and we worked on a script together. And she goes, "What do you think? What do you think? What do you think?" And there's a language barrier, so she had a interpreter at first when we met, and then we went to dinner. We talked, and I'm like, okay, and love her stuff. Love her stuff. It's actually out right now, but and she just finished something. She goes, "I'm with an editor." She sent me a message, right? But I'm like, you know what? I would, if I were making a film, make a room in big screen and say, "Okay, guys, let's go look at it as though we're at the theater. Look at it virtually. Make sure you have an Oculus. Make sure everybody has an Oculus. If you don't have one, get one. Even they're only $299 right now. Not the people are really, I think, I don't think people are happy with their Apple. I don't think they're happy because they spent so much on that. But right, Jess, right? Am I wrong on that? Like Apple just like
I believe they canceled the Apple Headset Pro thing.
of course they did.
First off, it's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to lower it down. I mean, what was it? $3,500 or 5,000?
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, that's like half a car. I mean, unless I can see like monsters through it or something, I have no idea. But even then, it's just I can't imagine walking around with $4,000 on my face, especially walking down the street. That's a giant target on you.
Yeah. What do you mean? What?
Yeah, I mean, just imagine you're walking down the street and I've seen a video where this person was trying to sell one.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, that person he was like, "Here, can I see it real quick?" And he just grabbed it and ran. So it's easy to conceal, it's a lot of money. So I don't know. It's just, yeah, not for 3,500 or no, 35. Yeah, 3,500.
Yeah, somebody just messaged. They said, no, just no. And I get it, but back to what I'm saying. Okay, Oculus is $299. Is it worth it? I'll say yes, 100% if you watch movies on it. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. Forget about although I'm wondering if something's coming around the corner because something I feel needs to break. So people say, you know what, I want it because I think they want gaming on it, but I don't think they're there yet. And I mean like gaming, and I could be wrong, but I feel like Xbox wants to make an announcement. Somebody wants to make an announcement and say, look, you can now get it on your device and you could play with the controller if you want, or you could but I don't know. There's someone who did, and I was like, ooh, but again, there's people wanting it, and then people, okay, I have so many questions. Okay, anyway, Oculus $299, you will save so much, and you'll watch probably movies you've never watched before if they keep it, and I hope they do. And back to my filmmaker friend. So she could technically, once she finishes it, go, "Do you want to watch it?" I go, "Yes, I do." And then we watch it together because we're friends, right? And then she could, like, in essence, be like, "Ooh, I need that to be fine-tuned and that to be fine-tuned and that fine-tuned," right? And what do you think? "Ooh, I like that and I like that." And you could talk through it, right? Kind of like your own screening room, okay? It's like that. And you can have a theater that looks like really big or really small or like an outdoor thing or people are making like their own, and you just put it up and it's just a different experience and you're watching at the same time. So I say it and I say it again and again and again, you need to have big screen. That's all I'm going to say about that. So Jess, you've had it, but you have not gone onto it. We have not been like able to watch anything. And you have Amazon, and we can watch Amazon. In fact, here's the thing, and they said it, unless it doesn't work. If you have an Amazon account and I have an Amazon account, it allows you to watch right there. And then you're out of the whole privacy thing because you're you both have an account. So I think Netflix needs to do that. And Netflix just needs to say, we get it, we get it, we get it, we want it. And that's it. Because you subscribe to it, I subscribe to it. Let's go watch it. Like, I'll give you an example. There's something I want to see, and it's animated. It's second season, League of something, right? Really good, by the way. The first season was really good. And I watched it, honestly, on my computer, because I have a big screen computer thing. But it's just like going to the movie theater and watching something that you never watched before. Penguin was so like, you go, okay, I get it. The way they shoot, it's more like there's moments where you go, it's not a film, but it's shot for TV. It's just shot for TV. It's a TV series. But in a way, there were moments where you go, ooh, that cinematographer kind of got like the film part. And I get that because it kind of reminds me of Batman. So I think you look at it different. I think editors need to look at it through that, because it really is like being in a theater. And you can make them 3D, by the way. They have programs that can make it like a soft 3D, not a hard 3D. And you will see your movies in a completely different way. I watched something I never watched, and it was Marvel. And I go, I haven't seen that. Endgame. I saw, it was the first one. And it was like the whole all over. And I saw it really late, not going to lie. And then people fell asleep in the room because they had their headset on. And sometimes, you'll just be like, why are they there? And people were entering going, why are we here? And they kind of, I don't, there's a thing where people just, they can act. And if they do, they just, so there's a lot of cussing. There's a lot of that. If you have a child, I say put on parental and everything and watch them. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, all right, go ahead.
I do have, what show were you talking about? League of Legends, you mean? Like the game?
Arcane, I think it's called, or something like that. Well, I always get these things wrong.
Arcana.
It's really good. Yeah, that one.
Arcane. Okay, yeah, the second season just dropped on Netflix.
Yes, and I want to see it with people. I don't want to see it by myself. That's just, I'm in that mode. It's really hard to explain, and I really like, I have people to add or friend request you, but if you're a guy, no. If you're a girl, you're in it. Just put your voice on. They'll be nice to you. But guys are very competitive on, so I really don't like it. So anyway, Applebee's. Do we have Applebee's or do we not? Because I'm talking. I don't even know if we have Applebee's.
No Applebee's.
Oh, they have a really good special. I'm going to show it right here because it's amazing.
All I know is I want that chicken sandwich. That looks good.
And it's limited. Who wants that? Raise your hand. Say, I want that. It's happening right now. Okay, we got to take a break. We'll be back with more. But Oculus, okay? Oculus, that's all I'm going to say. We'll be right back with more right after this. Stay tuned.
Take KMET.
My name's Mark Hahn. I'm one of the founders of OVR. We started the brand in January 2023. Well, I started in 1995 under Peterson Publishing, Motor Trend, Hot Rod, Four Wheeler. Been involved in it since then. OVR was a passion project, and we launched it, like I said, in 2023. 5 partners. So we've been at this for 30 some years, and I call it my 29-year apprenticeship before we actually got to launch our own brand.
My name's Sean Holman, and I am one of the partners and the editor at large for OVR Magazine. It's funny that we have this thing called overlanding now, and everybody thinks it's super special. But at some point, overlanding went from a verb into a noun. Overlanding is just a fancy way for car camping. This really started for me back in Boy Scouts as a kid, going all of our camp outs, and it has obviously evolved over time. And here we are today. It's car camping with better destinations, getting out a little bit further in fancier gear.
I grew up in Anchorage, Alaska, my formative years from the age of 8 to 18. Every summer, every weekend, every night, we would go out to the rivers, go fishing, sleep under the stars, kind of like this. My dad and I, we bought a Ram cargo van. We cut up a bunch of plywood 2x4s, put carpeting around it, and really turned it into a nice little van back then. And that was, I would say, the start of this adventure. And I hope to take OVR and generate another generation of kids that'll enjoy things like this.
So what I love about overlanding is just the ability to have an adventure at any moment, to go exploring. Some of my favorite places are the Mojave Desert or Utah, Colorado, the San Juan Mountains. There's so much to be seen that's off the beaten path, and I feel like we're so inundated with emails and people and noise and all that. It's nice to get out of the city. I live in the city. I make my living in the city. Go out, unplug, and recharge in the backcountry to go find some history, some old trails, something that most people will never have a chance to see because they just don't know. Here we are in Los Angeles, 2 hours outside of LA. Amazing amount of history and trails. Most people have no idea. They go to Vegas on the 15 and they go, oh, the desert's ugly, or I wonder what's on that mountain. But nobody ever goes out to figure out what's actually there.
So fast, make it Applebee's tonight.
That's right. It's Hollywood Live today. We got a lot of things. You can see Jess just jumped there. I don't know what that. You're all right, Jess.
Yeah.
You're all right. Were you caught up in something? We're seeing news things that we want to and we don't want to talk about because I don't know what's going on. That's all I'm going to say.
No. My friend sent me a message on Facebook, and I was just replying to them, and then the music startled me.
Oh, got it. Okay. I get that. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, by the way, real quick, you guys need to see this. LA Auto Show is happening, so you want to get your tickets and you want to go, okay? Because usually it's gone and it's over, and you're like, that's it. But then you see things, and they're probably going to release some things, and you're going to see in the headlines on some stuff that's coming out. And the big thing right now, I think, I could be wrong, and I hate this, I really do, because I'm always the guy that goes, "Are you ready for it, though?" And it's kind of in the name. They're almost going there. Automobility. The LA Auto Show, I'm going to be there with the Hispanic Motor Press. We're going to give out awards. And so if you're there, let me know. If you're there throughout, I probably will not be there. I'm not going to lie. So let's go. I was looking for you. You're not there. Yeah, I'm not there throughout, but I'm definitely there at least a day or two. I'm not sure. It depends. If someone's like wanting to go and they would go, do you want to go together? I'll go. Yeah, but it's the LA Auto Show. It's happening. We're giving out awards on the best vehicles that we think. But there you go. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about it. I want to say more, but I don't want to be that guy in the room. So I'm just not. But I have a question, Jess. When you drive, do you know that Teslas can drive themselves around you and behind you, especially the real big ones? Have you seen them around?
You talk about the Cybertrucks?
Yeah.
Or just Teslas in general? Because I had an incident with the Tesla yesterday, and if I know you're listening to this, learn how to drive.
Okay. Thank you for saying that. So thank you for saying that. All right. I want to put it out there. All right. Any and all of you, do you know that Teslas, and I'm not sure if all Teslas, I'm not sure which models do, but did you know that those trucks that you see, and I've seen a few, some have like really like, I go, my mother saw it. She goes, what's that? I showed her the front of one. She goes, whatever. She saw one roll up to her real quiet. She's like, what's that? And it was just like, some of them look really like we're in the future, and then some do not. But did you know they drive themselves? And
I was not aware of that, and that's horrifying.
They drive themselves. Okay, now you're gonna say, well, that's good. No, it's not. You and I are the test of everything. They go, no, it's really good. It's not good. All right. They have some Teslas. I literally said this, and someone said, no, it's good. I go, and then the next day, there was a report that, and they have this cool feature. I love it. It's like Batman. It's like Batman knew what was coming. All right. Or Tesla was like, we want that. If you're shopping, Jess, and you have a lot of bags and you don't want to go to your car, but you want your car to come to you, you can have it called on your phone. All right. You just go into an app. Hopefully you have Wi-Fi. Hopefully you have stable internet. We all know there are things that aren't stable. And then you say, vehicle, I want you to come to me. I'm right here. It goes, ooh, I get you. So it goes out of park mode, literally. All right. Literally. It drives, and then it goes to you, and hopefully it won't bump into anything else. Right. Well, there was an update that evidently these vehicles are going into other vehicles in the parking lot. So, because, and it's not the car's fault. I love the cars. I want one. I love the cars. I love them. It's the people who are programming them. And do you have the update? Right. So anyone that has a phone knows they malfunction in the first whatever, right? Until they work. But if you have like something that overrides, or you have maybe too many updates, you go, uh-oh, right? So now that you know this, you should be driving going, is that vehicle driving itself or is someone driving it? Now, here's the thing. And it was a thing, and we all know it. They go, you're not supposed to fall asleep with it in the vehicle mode of where it's driving itself. Now, I'm not going to lie, Jess. Because I talk to people that are very smart. They go, would you when it drives in traffic? I go, yes, when it drives in slow traffic. I would never. And there are videos. Go check it out. It's so, but I'm that car in front of you. Now you go, well, it's got a lot of cameras, it's got a lot of sensors, it's got an update. They have one where you could turn like I call it aggressiveness on. I go, don't do that. Go as slow as possible. Now the truck, I think if the truck hits a car, the truck is fine. It's very sturdy. It's just, but a vehicle could be really hurt. And then it's a question of whose fault is it? Is it the person that, of course, is in the wheel part? Or if they have it in that mode, is it Tesla? I have a theory here, and I could be wrong, but cars do malfunction. I've been in a car that malfunctioned, and it's that very simple one. And those of you that have it, they call it lane assist. And if you put it on, I turn it off, by the way, because it veered into where cars were. Okay, but it's called lane assist. And very basic cars have this, okay? If you have an older car, you don't have this. But if you have a newer car and you turn on lane assist, there's this little like ... then there's a car. And if you turn it on, it keeps you in the lane. And that's it, okay? You still drive, but it keeps you in the lane. It sees the side, okay? But we, as I say, now here's a plug, LA Auto Show. Again, thank God for Ricardo. We have on sometimes. I was driving a vehicle, and I did let them know. I don't know if it went all the way, but it was a nice vehicle. I'm not going to pull out the name. I think I may have mentioned it, but I go, they veer. Okay, they veer. But thank God my hand was on the wheel, but they veer. So I was like, where's that sensor? I need to turn it off. Or that button, where's that at? Because it was a new car. But I was a little scared because it veered almost into a vehicle. Okay, and it's not auto. It's not Tesla. All right. So I go, ooh, that's a problem. Now, if that sensor's off or the programming's off on that vehicle, you go, I want it fixed because it's supposed to work all the time, right? It's supposed to keep you in the lane, not push into other vehicles that are next to you. Now, if that were to happen, whose fault is it? Technically, if I hit one and I had that on, I would have to figure out how to say, yeah, but you have it there. You guys programmed it. That's not my fault. Kind of like airbags. It's not your fault if an airbag goes, but if it hurts people, they've had recalls of that, right? They have metal, they have all kinds of things, which I was hurt one time. I have a laceration right here. And it was a vehicle that I go, at some point the part release it, but you have to prove it. But I have a laceration. Could I sue Honda? I haven't done that. Could I? I don't know. Is it one of those bags? It was hard to prove because I had to get rid of the vehicle, and you're like, but you have no time because if you get, and we know we're talking to a lot of you that are on the road, and if you drive, the moment you get into and you don't know what's going to happen. I didn't know what was going to happen. It was a horrible accident, and the insurance says we total it. But the moment you get on a freeway, if they tow it, they keep it, and they don't tell you that. And if you're in the hospital, they don't care. All right, they don't care. You have to pay per day for storage of that vehicle, and they charge like $300. All right, for something that you're not responsible for, and you're like, I need that vehicle. Well, do you want the stuff in your vehicle? Do you want to turn it over to us? We could salvage it. Yeah, okay. And they make money on that. But the moment you go over a certain amount, you go, it's the worst thing. It's the worst thing. If you've been in an accident or someone's been in an accident, I was with someone, she goes, I have to go pick up my vehicle. Can you help me? I said, yeah, sure. So we went together. She picked up her vehicle. It was like a Mini Cooper, which were very sturdy. It was gone and it was in the yard, but they charge you per day and your insurance doesn't pay for it. I wish they did, not going to lie. But unless you guys know something I don't. But the point is, if you're in an accident, you almost want to get off the road and do it yourself, because now you have that for days to come, and now you're out of it. Okay, you have no money, especially if you're living like check to check. If that happened to you, Jess, let me know. All right, I will try to drive it off the road and then tow it home. Because if they tow it, they'll tell you where it's towed, but per day you have to pay for that. They make you pay for it. They will not release it to you. You can have it towed out, but you have to pay to release it because they charge you about $300 a day. It's insane, Jess. It's insane. And I think it's really insane. I get when they want to impound cars, I get that, or tow away cars, I get that. But if you're in an accident, they should almost go, we're sorry, we're going to work with you. Don't worry about it. Just be that, whoever does that, I think will be ahead. Because I was like, no, I hate you guys. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Anyway, because if it happens to you, you're going to be like, dude, I totally get it. And if it's happened to you, let us know in comments. But that's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, but Teslas drive themselves. And as much as I love Teslas, and I do, they're so amazing. I want one. I saw one ram into a Tesla, and it wasn't Tesla's fault. And the guy's vehicle, gone. The whole front, gone. He drove away, gone. I stopped because they were on the side of the road. I said, do you guys need help? They go, no, we got it. And I think they just said, okay, here's our information. Here you go. I think they called the cops, but they were like taking forever. So they just went ahead and left. This was near my I was down the street because my sister lives in the area, right? So I'm like, you guys drive very fast. But anyway, their car was gone, and it was a sturdy car. The Tesla rear is so like, you will tear up your car. That's all I'm going to say about that. And it wasn't the car's fault. Okay. So Teslas, I really love Teslas for sturdiness. That's number one. Number two, I love the fact that they can drive themselves, but, okay, I don't want to be on the receiving end if it malfunctions, okay? If it malfunctions, Jess, I'll give you an example. What was the incident that you had with the Tesla? And was it, now you're probably thinking, was it, because it moves in a way sometimes, and I've seen this when they post on YouTube, watch Teslas drive themselves, and some will throw Teslas under the bus on a segue. You see. But just remember, it could drive itself. We're in the future already, but no one let anyone know this, and it could be a problem if you are hurt. And then the question is, can you blame Tesla, or are you going to blame the driver? Because the person's still behind the wheel. They could take over at any time. But as you know, or don't know, if you've been in an accident, it happens so quick. Like, okay, I'll give you an example. Someone that's looking at their phone. You go, no, no, you don't. I've had people hit me that were looking on a phone because there were people all of a sudden stopped in front of you on the freeway. And when they stop. And you go, oh, I have time. Oh, I don't have time. Everybody slammed their brakes. And that's when you have pileups. If you've never been in that, yay. But that was my accident, okay? People stopped in front of me. I stopped just in time. But the woman behind me did not stop in time because she was on her phone. So that splits, when they say give seconds, or I forget how many car lengths they say, 4 or 5, I would say, the rare people. So, I mean, it just depends where you drive, but that's all I'm going to say. All right. So, but anyway, give me that example. Or do you have any examples of Teslas you go, I didn't know they drive themselves? They can, or it is the driver.
All I know is the Tesla that I had a problem with last night literally went into my lane. They were like side by side with me, and then they started moving into my lane. I'm like, what are you doing?
Okay, so, was it a big one or was it a small one?
It was just a regular Tesla. It wasn't one of the Cybertrucks. That would have scared me.
Now, there are some. Yeah, I would be scared too. There are some, okay, and you can see them. And those are success stories, okay, where something on the opposite side was happening, and then it said, uh-oh, and so it avoided that. It saw you, and it knows how to like be right in between. So it does do that if somebody was an auto. Now, if I were an auto, go, I'd get scared, right? And some would say maybe they would overcompensate. It's very tight, so I don't know how it drives. I haven't tested a Tesla behind the wheel. I know someone who had a Tesla when it was just coming out, and I was like, I love it, But yeah, and they're expensive. Not gonna lie. If you know someone who has a Tesla, they have money, man. So I say this: if you were hit, Jess, I'd say go with insurance, because I guarantee they have insurance. If they have a Tesla right now, they have insurance, okay? Because I don't know how much it is or if it's more. I would say, and this is where people are going to hate me, but you got to figure it out. Because if it's a problem, let's say it was a bug and that's now a thing, and they go, please update but you go, my Wi-Fi isn't working, or maybe it was a short or maybe it was updating but it didn't go all the way, or maybe that updates over another update, or it didn't get rid of the other update. Now they're buggy, right? I would be in manual mode the whole time. If I were to have a Tesla, Jess, at this, even the parking mode, when I saw it, like they said, no, they're bumping into people. They took it somewhere, and it was a news crew. It was so funny. They took a news crew, and in the moment, this is one of those things you go, like when you go to the doctor and you're like, but none of the symptoms that you have, all of a sudden when you're in front of the doctor, they free up. You're like, I know it's like I'm not sick, but I am, right? You ever have that? It's so usually they invited the news, or news said, we want to see how this works. And the guy's like, oh, it works easy. Watch. I called on my phone. Okay. And then all of a sudden, right in front of everyone on the crew, you go Google that. It's hilarious. The vehicle literally wanted to go into parked cars all of a sudden, when it usually avoids. He goes, but he took his finger off. You ever do those things where like I don't know if you do this, Jess, but Snapchat and all those where you have to push a button and then it does something. If you let go of it by accident, or if it doesn't see your finger, or your hands are cold or something, and then it malfunctions, it's like that. So he goes, well, I take my finger off and it didn't go into it. Do you know how many people don't know you're supposed to do that 100% because they can't see it around the corner? They don't know. And there's a lot of people, like, you go to Walmart or Target and I'm an automatic and be all right with that. Some people, they don't care. They will almost drive over you. And you're like, all right. But so put it in safety mode 100%. Don't trust it 100%. Now, if that was my vehicle getting hit by a Tesla, in what I know about it, it knows. Here's the great thing about Teslas. I love Teslas. It knows when someone hits it, or probably keys it, or comes at it, because it goes into a mode of like low, but it's always watching. So they have a camera system. I go, dude, I want that. Because I have questions on that. Because I've seen people install cameras, and there's all kinds of videos of why you want like a Tesla, because it has Sentry mode. I think vehicles need that. They need that. I talked to I'm not going to put them under the bus, but I said, why don't you guys have this available? Very easy. They go, well, there's privacy issues. People don't want this or that. I go, well, Tesla's doing it. So Tesla has broken 100% everything. And I am seeing so many Teslas in the area. I'm not going to lie, Jess. I would be freaked out if now I get people that drive, but some of these vehicles drive as though they're a person, almost like it's learning from people behavior. And I go, well, if that person never gets in an accident, I get that. But it has sensors and it has cameras. The problem that I have with that is, okay, let's say you're on a mud road, or there's rain, or there's residue, or there's something, and that camera, you don't know, because you don't go check the cameras, or you just took it for a wash and it has a drop on it. It may overcompensate just by accident. You don't know. Or it gets like there's dirt that could be on a camera, and you're like, I see that speck. Well, it sees that too, and it might compensate in a weird way. Think of your glasses. You're like, but you're more smart than what it is right now. That's all I'm going to say. But people are putting their lives in danger. If you're in the truck, I don't think you're putting your life in danger, because those are so, man, those, I guarantee you're going to see one and there's going to be an accident and the car is gone. But it's not gone, because they're very sturdy, very good. But if you're in one of the other ones, they're sturdy too, actually. But that's all I'm going to say about that, because I don't want to be the guy in the room that goes about this. But I will say this: if my mother were on the road, and I've said this to her, wait, have I? No, I said to someone else. I said, do you understand that Tesla could be driving itself? They go, what? No, it's not driving itself. Does it? No. They said, wait a minute, it is driving itself. And that's the answer. Okay, that's the answer. And then I had one where they got a ticket. I said, wouldn't that be cool? This is why I love technology. Like, wouldn't it be cool if you had an avoidance Tesla or avoidance vehicle, which says, I'm not getting that ticket, I'm going to move. Right? Like, the person gave me the ticket wouldn't know. Like, I see that person, he's going to give me a ticket because they scanned. It was really cool, but I don't know where they're going with that. Alhambra has something, and they're going with security people to do the parking tickets. Did you know that? Do you know that's a thing, Jess?
I was not aware of that.
It's a thing. So, and I think it's a problem, because now you don't have a city employee doing something. You have a security company like ADT doing what a city person could do. So the question I have is this: do you really want to pay ADT to get tickets? Where does the money go? Because I thought parking goes to the city. So you go, all right, I get it, I have to pay. It's city. But no, No. And I have a theory that they're paying more for the security company to do the business than they're making on that money when you park in a spot you should not. Right? I could be wrong on this, but that money comes from somewhere. So I have a problem with that. I used to work for companies in security, and security companies are not official enough. They're really not. They look official, but they're not. They're a deterrent. That's all they are. That's all they are. They cannot lock you up. They can report, but you really want technically an officer to come. Now, if an officer is slow, you want someone there to help you out. But again, there's liability and there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong there. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. The lady looked like she was happy for the security company, but she looked like she was a city employee working for a security company. But it's like a mall cop. Do you take them serious? No, you don't. You don't. They act serious, but they're not a cop. Cops, they have to call the cops to lock you up. And they can technically detain you, maybe, and they could call the cops. They have your on camera and all that. They have to see you, like loss prevention. I have a question on that because I helped one guy. I said, "Hey, he's over there." He goes, "Thank you," but they look like other people. So yeah, and people are stealing left and right and center. And there's so many things out right now. So there you go. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anyway, we got to take a break. But Teslas, okay, Teslas drive themselves. You need to know that if you're in front of a Tesla, or as you just were on the side of one, and it may have seen something to the right of it, which is why it veered into you if it was driving itself. But if it was a human driving it, sometimes it's so bulky. Maybe they like, when you're like in lanes and they're really big, and some don't know like how far they have on the right hand side, right? I'll give you an example. I just got hit in a parking lot, right? And I so I have to have insurance take care of that. But it's the back of and she reported it. Thank God. But there are so many people that don't report. So that Tesla, now I'm sure they fixed it by now, but would you trust an update? And not everybody updates, just like a phone. I don't have the latest, and I wait for update. I make it wait almost, right? Even like Windows. I hate Windows updates because something always malfunctions, right? When it shuts off and restarts, you go, great. I've had it go so bad, and like, because I run it on a computer. The show right now is run on a computer. Okay. Everything that you know is run on a computer. So one time the show I didn't get to do because it was updating the whole time. It took an hour and a half for that update, and I go, why? And it was a mandatory update. It should be like less than 3 to 4 minutes, right? Nope, not this update. It took an hour. Do you remember that, Jess? We did it together. Do you remember that?
I do not remember.
You should remember, but it's all right because I was so stressed out. I'm like, it's still updating, and I had time, so that's all I'm going to say about that. It was horrible. Jess and I have had so many problems. And I go, it's not connected. It's not connecting. Or he has no problems. He's like, well, he doesn't do all that. But if he had a problem in the studio, I guarantee he was stressed. I go, yeah, I remember that. But he doesn't really, which is good. Why he's really good where he does, because he has so many buttons in front of him. If you saw what he has in front of him, you go, that's not that bad. It is because it's all live. And anything he does or does not do, if he forgets to switch something and says something over the mic, we could be sued for life. So you got to be careful, right, Jess?
I always go back to that. Yes, I did say some bad words. I didn't even know the radio thing was on. I'm just all like, oh, what the beep, 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 beep.
See,
and then they're like, we can hear you.
And yeah, exactly. So you got to be careful. That's all I'm going to say about that. Thank God it's gone. Thank God we don't store it. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. But you got to be careful out there, okay? You got to be careful. So that's all I'm going to say. There's a lot of things. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Oh, Applebee's, even though they didn't call, they call every single week. Can I just put this up again? Applebee's has something you want right now, and it's happening right now, okay? Applebee's, and it's a special you want, I guarantee it. It's called the Really Big Meal Deal. Size matters with the Really Big Meal Deal. Enjoy the new Big Cluckin' Chicken Sandwich. And this is the one Jess is talking about, right, Jess?
Yes, I do love a good fried chicken sandwich.
Yeah, and that is a chicken sandwich. I go, please, I want that. Or the Big Classic Bacon Cheeseburger, which I'm not gonna lie, that looks big and just amazing. All with fries and a drink. And this is at Applebee's, and they're open till midnight and beyond for $9.99. You can't get any better. You can't get any better, right, Jess? You cannot get any better. So go get that right now at your Applebee's. Have fun with it. I don't know how long it is, but have it while you can. All right. Mention KMET if you're in Beaumont and Banning, and have fun because they give you an additional discount on regularly priced items. So I don't know if this is one of those, but there you go. All right. That's all I'm going to say. We'll be right back with more right after this. Yum.
Discover the
Previously on Pre-Seasoning.
You got to be able to ask people to do things that it gets done. Hey, Joel! Joel!
The new recruits are still finding their feet, but busy tables wait for no one. And to add to it, a new prospect, has joined the team. Sourdough. The team has raised the bar and grill.
Okay.
But anything can change in the blink of an eye. Not to mention, his clearing is unconventional.
Hey, no.
So many red flags. Tough decisions had to be made.
It's a little awkward.
The intentions are right, but
I'm not gonna put any blame on anyone.
You got to do your best every day, every minute, every second.
Because there's no room for subpar service in this franchise.
This is about being a manager. You got to be able to listen. That's what we demand here.
On the next Pre-Seasoning.
Hello, listeners. This is Christopher from The Christopher Show. Hey, if you missed one of our shows here at KMET, don't worry about it. You can go to our webpage, and that's KMET1490am.com. Go to the homepage, click on the SoundCloud tab, and hear any show anytime you want.
Join Yvette Walker every Tuesday at 4 o'clock p.m. on KMET ABC News Radio, 1490 AM, FM 98.1, and Internet KMET TV for the Southern California Business Report. The show is dedicated to highlighting successful businesses and the individuals behind them. Yvette interviews the incredible people managing these enterprises that range from awe-inspiring sole proprietors to world-renowned organizations. The Southern California Business Report, Tuesdays at 4 o'clock p.m.
That's right. It's Hollywood Live today. We got a lot of things on. Jess, I know I say this every time right before we go, and then we're out of time. We get on something. I go, oh man. So we have an after show, which I think we need to do again, Jess. I don't know if you have time, but because we got a comment on one that we did. We put it up on Instagram, and people are like, what? and so it was really good. I think we should do that. All right. We can do it live too. So follow us on Instagram. We'll go live right after this. And then just follow Jess. How do we find you, Jess?
I am on Instagram as I am Jesse Sanchez.
Yeah, it's very simple. Just find him. I don't know if he accepts all, but do you have it on that? Because there's a company, and I almost reached out to them because they were on the show. Almanac, change it if you're watching. On their Twitter, it says protected, but it looks like it's disabled. Don't protect. No one's seeing if they want to add you. So just so you know. And although I saw something, and I could be wrong, is there something wrong? Well, they're calling it X now, but is there something wrong with Twitter? Like, is there stuff out there that people are like, it's so, because I saw one say we're not going to post it anymore. They go back and forth on this. I don't know. Is it becoming a thing? Because Musk is like, I didn't know he was going to be like, is he White House or what's going on there?
You know what? I have no idea. All I know is I do not go on Twitter anymore. It is too, what's the word? People are mean. That's all I got to say. People are mean.
See, that's big screen. People are mean on big screen. I think it's because you don't know who they are.
Yeah, they think they can hide behind their screen and say rude things. They're like, okay, say it in front of me, and then we'll see what happens.
I think if like you have a friend, like Jess would act different, I think, if no one knew him. And he's like, you don't know me. And then I would be in the room. Hey, Chess, is that you? Right. Because I have people, I go, right? I have people, they go, I could be wrong. I had one. He goes, yeah, I use big screen. I'm like, I was thinking of his voice. I go, because I've heard some people. I put my stuff. Look, here's you guys just have to do this. Put on mute unless they're talking. But even then, if you're a girl, you have it. I can almost say, without a doubt, someone should test that. Guys will kick out guys, but they will not kick out a girl. If they know you're a girl, boom. All right, that's all I'm going to say. Unless you're that person in the room. They have these voice modulators. They go, I think you're fake. I think you're fake. I think you're fake. And you could be fake. But I don't know how that works. So, yeah. I'd be careful with that. But they're still nice. Because I've had ones that go, is that fake or not? Because they sound, I don't know. They have VR chat. They have other things. Someone did an emulator, I think in VR chat, Sword Art Online. And I'm not going to lie, I want it. And I think they're ready for it. There's a game that's out. I go, ooh, but it's not VR. Sword Art Online, there's this guy, and I love him. I don't remember his name, but he literally, Sword Art Online, he goes, you do this, you do that, you do this. But I think it's a VR chat mod or one of those rooms that they build. And if Sword Art Online got it, they should just make their own and say, you know what, keep it. Awesome. Now we have Sword Art Online for y'all. Because if they could do it, you could do it. And if Final Fantasy or the gaming community has really lost it because it's so simple to put it into one of these programs and then make it a thing for you to go everywhere. They really need to do it. Even with an old one. I did it with Myst with someone. And you know how old Myst is? Myst is so old. But when they modified it for virtual, and if you do it for a computer program like that, it wasn't made for VR, but it's done in 3D environment. So any 3D environment you can make for VR. And they've done this a couple of times. It could be a little heavy on they got to downsize it somehow, compress it somehow. Because PC is really good to go on that. But anyway, it was like playing all new. You look at it completely different. You almost feel like you're there. You could fall asleep there. There was an area where there was like ocean sound, and it doesn't look like real ocean. It's Myst. Anyone that knows Myst with all, I don't know. It was really good. That's all I'm going to say. And if you co-op that, I think it'd be cool. It's yeah. They need to do that, like rather than those escape rooms, because those, it's not the escape room place that's a problem. If you've seen those close up, there's a reason. It's the price of the real estate. They're charging too much. So you're going to see a lot of things empty again. You're going to say, what, why? That's all I'm going to say about that. So there you go.
I have one thing to say. So with the release of Wicked, coming out soon.
Yes.
I don't know if you heard about it, but if you want to make some money, I would go out and buy those Wicked dolls before they get recalled.
I hate you right now. There's another way to make money. There's something out, and if you get it, I want it. But I could almost guarantee you got to know. So okay. All right. We're already out of time. We're going to talk about this or not. I don't really know. But real quick, for those that want to know how, because I have another way to make money, but man, oh man, you got to find it. When you find it, just get it because it's going for like $300, $400 right now. It's a comic that just came out, G.I. Joe, black and white, and you're going to want it. It's selling for, I saw a top right now, about $600. It could go for $3,000 or more, this one. It's one of 500. You get it, find it. Jess, if you get it, can we split it? I'll help you sell it. We'll split the money.
Yeah, most definitely.
You make 1,500, I make 1,500. Okay? But don't buy it for $300 or $500. I saw it for $300, but I didn't buy it for $300. Okay, what's the thing that you could get with Wicked? What's the doll thing? It's a craze.
There's a misprint on the back of the thing. They messed up and accidentally put an adult website on the back of it. So Mattel thing.
Are you sure somebody just print that out and make it fun? I don't. What? I can see that happening. All right, we're out of time. Make it a great day. Whatever you do, remember life is living well. All right, people, we're out of time. I want to say thank you. Okay, so here's the thing. If you have it, I'll help you. So I know you're like, I'll do it myself. Steph, I see you in the room. I appreciate you. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you. But yeah, if you see it, it's a really good. It's not the best cover I've seen, but they came out with it. It's G.I. Joe. and I think it could go for more. It's one of 500. Okay, they did a limited. I can almost guarantee there's someone that's going to probably because there'll probably be a second. But when it goes one of 500, they only give it to some stores, and some stores are selling it because they got to make money, right? They're not making money, so they sell it. So let's just say I had $300 on me, all right, and I said, "Ooh, I'm going to go and get that right now." Well, he goes, "Yeah, sure." Then I sell it online, or then I'd make at least 100 because I got to send it out to someone, right? And you don't want to bend it, especially this one. So you make money right there, right? Now I'm not that guy. I know people like that. They will turn over something really quick, or they'll sell something and they don't make like I know someone he used to sell his electronics that way. Post it. I think that's when Craigslist was around, and I don't know if there's another like it. Anyway, and he would just already put things like in recycler, and people were like, yeah, and then all right, sure, and he'd make something back rather than nothing at all. And he's he always has money. He doesn't live extremely, and he doesn't have to cut. He has a family, but he's just used to doing that, right? And I always go, there's something about that. And I will say this: I buy things and I go, I'm gonna sell it, and then I just sit on it because it's shipping. I'm not that guy to ship. But if you find one for I'm not gonna lie, I went to a store. I hope they don't watch. And I looked in an area I don't usually look. And I want to ask them, I go, I don't want to ask it. And I go, if I find it, I'm gonna just they need money. And sometimes they sell things for like $30, $40. I go, not gonna do. But if I saw this particular one for $34, I'll buy it. Thank you. Sell it online, boom, instant cash. I don't want to keep it. I don't want to keep it at all. That's all I'm gonna say. It's really good. It's G.I. Joe. But it's pencil, it's blue, and if it's just sitting there, it's got to be first. You got to know it's one of 500. First print is what they say, which is really only print, limited edition. Okay, but it's already going. At least I saw it sold it for one went for 400, and the other went for about 500, almost 600. I don't know if they charge tax or not. I don't know how that works. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say. So, but that's in the land of comics. So there you go. All right, I'm going to get Jess again. We're going to do this. We're going to have fun, and that's all I'm going to say. Follow us on Instagram. I'm Aaron M. Sanchez on Instagram. You can follow Jess at I am Jesse Sanchez. Although I don't think he has a way of sharing it. We got to figure that out. So that's all I'm going to say. All right. But thank you, all of you that are tuning in, and we'll see you next time right here on Hollywood Live Today. Bye, everyone.